known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to day 4 of the challenge. So today we are going to talk about maybe upping your game. And what I mean by that is how do we get more knowledge so that we can make better decisions in our trading. And so I've mentioned this before. I've come across a group that is got some professional day traders of cryptocurrency in it, and they seem to be doing pretty good. I hear some fantastical things from the group, which is pretty cool, and nobody's disputing it. It's, you know, just how it's all laying out, where I'm watching the guys make calls on what to buy and what to sell, and then I'm seeing people reporting that they're making profits. To me, that's pretty good looking. And when I look back through the history, I can see that their calls were generally right. So what does that mean? It means that these people are people to listen to and possibly get information from. Now, I think that it's probably a common thing to have day trading groups that you pay for as part of a membership or whatnot, especially if you're making money. I saw a couple of people in the group. One of them, you know, said he made $8K in one trade, at $8,000 in one trade, and another one said they made $3,000 in a single trade and stuff. Now, obviously, they've got to have more than that typically in play to do that. That's a lot more than the $100 that we're doing for the challenge here, and so I've had some time since I've been stuck in, with my portion of the challenge. Basically, Bitcoin has just been wonky, wavering all over the place. A lot of it, I think, has to do with the Bitcoin Gold fork. And so that fork supposedly happened already. It was, the last I saw was that, or no, wait, it's coming up. It's coming up. Sorry, it's coming up. And so there's a countdown page for it, and I saw it last night, and it said we still had about a day. But the general thing has been that it's going to happen on the 25th, but it happens at a certain block number, which I think is approaching a little bit faster than what they anticipated. So it's going to happen a little bit before that. Now, myself and these pro traders that I've been watching, I have my money in, or my Bitcoin in, where I've got my private keys and everything, so I can go through the fork and I can have control over my Bitcoin Gold that I should get. We'll see. And I think that the pro traders are kind of doing the same. They're kind of sitting there locked in. They haven't been doing a whole lot of trading the last couple of days, not as much as I've seen in previous days. Now, this group that I've been in, you know, they've let me have a view in here and to see what they're doing and everything. And it's pretty interesting because they're kind of like mentors. And they have been, you know, making these calls and explaining things to people. And some people have been following, getting it and following really good and doing well. Others are following it and they're not getting it and they're getting all emotional and they're possibly making bad decisions and stuff, and just generally freaking out a little bit. You know, if you're going to be testing this stuff and you're not sure of yourself and you're not sure of the people that you're following and everything, let me give you one solid piece of advice. Don't put all your money in. Put in just a little tiny portion so that you can test, so that you can learn. You know, just because there's opportunity there where you can make 10% in a day on something doesn't mean you take your entire worth and dump it in on someone who you don't know, who's anonymous on the internet, on what they say. Take $100 and dump it in, or $10 and dump it in, you know, and just to go through some trades to see that this stuff is legit. So, you know, you don't, that's why we're doing the challenge here. Okay, so these guys operate a bit outside of the area that we've selected to start in. They are operating on like Bittrex and other exchanges, not typically on the on GDAX, and man, every alarm's going off at the same time. Oh my. So anyway, okay, here's the deal. So these guys seem to be on their mark. I'm going to introduce you to their Reddit group. Their Reddit group has a post at the top that is to a Telegram site, which is it's a chat site, chat application, supports phones, it supports tablets, it supports web, Linux, all this different stuff. And it is a little bit complicated to get into it. I had to, basically everything keys off of your phone. And so you have to be on the phone version and signed up there before you can get into the web version. There's a desktop application. There's all kinds of stuff. But anyway, here's my suggestion. So these guys seem to know something. And even if we are not yet, or you are not yet ready to trade on other sites other than GDAX, they are posting graphs and they are posting knowledge and different things about how to look at some of these patterns of what's going on, how to decide what's good and what's not. I don't yet know all of this stuff. If I did, I'd be making bank hand over fist. And I want to get to that point, but I don't know all this stuff. And so I am gleaning a lot of information from these guys. I'm paying a lot of attention. And so there is a link in the description. This is, they have a Reddit page. And so you can get in there and check out a few of the things that they've said. And there's, like I said, there's a link at the top that, that goes into a Telegram group. And but feel free to post questions here and start asking some questions and stuff. This is not operated by me. I don't know these guys personally. So, take your, you need to use your best judgment when doing anything in here. But having lurked for a while, and having watched their trade suggestions and everything and followed after the fact to see whether or not those were good, whether or not they were good suggestions. Overall, they have been. And so it tells me that they have some knowledge there that I don't, and that they're doing better than me. And so they are people to watch. Okay, so that is pretty much the whole subject of today's video. We're still waiting to see on the Bitcoin fork stuff. We're waiting to see the fallout. A whole bunch of exchanges have come out saying that they are supporting Bitcoin Gold, and several have said that they're not supporting Bitcoin Gold. And there is disinformation out there, and so it's really hard to figure out what is what. And so here's how I am treating that information. I am treating that information as hopeful, meaning that I have my Bitcoin in a private wallet, and I hope to take advantage of the fork. If that doesn't happen, I won't be surprised. If it does happen, I will be surprised. I'm just taking it all with a grain of salt and realizing that I'm having to personally filter through all the BS to see what is legit, because we just don't know. And that's part of the wild, wild west of this. And this is why you can make a lot of money in this stuff right now, because other people, normal people, don't want to put up with all this BS. They don't want all this noise. They don't want to deal with all of this. They don't want to try and figure it out. And so if we can make some good decisions through all of this chaos, then maybe we can really benefit. And that is my hope. So, okay. That is it for today. Do leave your comments in the description. Do hop into that Reddit group and see what it's about. It's not very active in the Reddit portion. It's very active in the Telegram portion. And but like I said, it's a little bit hard to get in there. There's a little bit of hoops to jump through. And then these guys are professional traders. And you should treat them as such. Like, don't pepper them with a ton of questions. Sit and observe for a while. And, just see what's going on, because it's not going to do you any good to start engaging with a whole bunch of really basic questions that could be answered by just watching for a couple of days. So anyway, I'm Marky Dragon. Take care. Good luck on your trades today. And I'll update my sheet tonight. So far, not going as good as I want it to. But hey, you know, that's the way it goes. It's real life.